my nerves back together, which is how I had planned to start anyway. So, happy Kwanzaa, Unity. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me today. Thank you so much for joining me, okay? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ayize, and thank you for waiting with me through the cyber difficulties. I haven't been live in a very long time, so when I came in, it was like 20 minutes till. I was just checking to see how it go, and there was no live. And apparently, you have to have at least 1,000 followers now in order to go live. So that's why we're here at ZBaby5. As opposed to being on Let It Flow LLC. So we're here to celebrate Kwanzaa. I have my kinara here set up. But before we get too started, we are going to do things the way that we do them in our African-centered culture, and that is pour libation. So we have some earth here. I have a plant, earth. And we have fire. I have the wind from my voice. And I have some water in my Kikombe Cha Umoja, which is the Unity cup. And I have my heart. Go planet. So I'm going to take this time to pour libation. Libation is an ancient technique of paying homage. You can pour libation with water, with wine, with rum, coconut water. So before we get started and talking about Umoja, I'm going to pour a little bit of libation. So Omi Tutu means fresh water. Ile Tutu, fresh in the house. Ona Tutu, to freshen the road. Egun Tutu, to freshen the ancestors. Tutu Laro Ye, to freshen the gatekeeper or the road opener. We salute God, the divine creator, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the omnipresent, the owner of all destinies, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most high. We salute all ancestors that bow at the feet of God, chief of the heavenly worlds. We salute all spirit guides, all our angels, all our saints, all those that help us on our journey to our destiny and maintaining our destiny here in this incarnation. We salute all godmothers. We salute all godfathers. We salute all clergy members, all of those who interpret the word of God in an honest way and take their role seriously with good character. Ashe. Ashe means, and so it is. We salute all manifestations of God that occur in nature. We salute the rivers. We salute the oceans. We salute the wind. We salute the rain. We salute the thunder. We salute the lightning. We salute the mountains. We salute the forests. We salute all of the manifestations of God, all the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, everything, the rocks, the crystals, all of it. We salute Pangea. We salute our mother, Alkebulan, Mama Africa, ancient Kemet, from whence we all have come. We salute all those we have lost, those who revolted, who resisted, those who ran, those who were lynched, those who were beaten, those who were eaten, those who were violated, who were mutilated and oppressed, those all who passed in peril in the Middle Passage, whose bones are at the bottom of the sea. Ashe. We salute all who endured, who made a way, who made something from nothing, our ancestors. Ashe. We salute all the children of the diaspora, not just us here in the United States, but all our island massive, those in Brazil and South America, all of us who have ancestors that started out in Africa. We salute the pioneers, the revolutionaries, the political prisoners, all of those who sacrificed to help us to have a better way of life, who helped to enact laws, some are who spent their lives in prison to help make change, some who died. Ashe, we salute them all. We salute all those who recently crossed over within the past 365 days. So at this point at home, I want you to call your ancestors. Call your big mama and your big papa. I'm going to hold a little bit of space for that, just a little bit. And then I'm going to call some of the exalted ones who have done work for us. When I start talking again, if you're not finished, just continue. Okay? Saluting the ancestors, Ibaye. Saluting Ibaye. We give homage, Ibaye. Ibaye. We give homage. We give honor to Oduduwa, to Queen Nzinga, to Queen Nanny, to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We give honor to Coretta Scott King, to Harriet Tubman, to Sojourner Truth. We give honor to Stokely Carmichael, to Harry T. and Harriet Moore. We give honor to Steve Biko, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, Assata Shakur. We give honor to Zora Neale Hurston, to Nat Turner, to Brother Runoko Rashidi. We give honor to Fred Hampton. We give honor to Jamil Abdullah Al-Amin. We give honor to Huey P. Newton, Nehanda Abiodun. We give honor to Matulu Shakur, Tupac Shakur, Josephine Baker. We give honor to Mr. Reginald Lewis, Mr. Sidney Poitier, Bob Marley, Mr. John Amos, Ms. Nina Simone, and many, 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 many more. We give honor, we give honor, we give honor. Ashe. Ashe. Anybody that I missed? Let me see in the comments. Anybody I should say? While we still got some water. Ashe. 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 All right. So we always want to start by pouring libation, by giving honor to those who have paved the way for what we have today, because we are our ancestors. Yes, we are. And we do not forget, nor do we diminish the sacrifices that they made, the challenges that they made. And one of the things that I love about Kwanzaa is a chance to come together, and there's always libation pour. I love to hear different people pour libation. Booker T. Washington, Ashe, Malcolm X. Thank you, Jamila. Jamila. It's just awesome the way that we have our own holiday that will be 60 years next year. Kwanzaa will be 60 years next year. It's just awesome how we have our own holiday to celebrate us, to celebrate our sacrifices and the things that we have gone through as a people that often aren't recognized in the world, in our school system, in our jobs, in our society. And we have this time starting the day after Christmas all the way up until the first day of the year to come together. So today is Umoja, which is the black candle, which is the foundation the foundation of all the other principles. And one of the other reasons why I love Kwanzaa is because all of the principles are pretty much a blueprint for success in our community, starting with unity. Unity. If we come together, we unify. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to be the same, but we unify. We respect each other. We communicate. That's the key. That's the key. Of course, Dr. Malana Kurenga, thank you for mentioning him. I have a list down here, but the plant was hiding some of them on there. And so I was like, you know what, just keep going, girl. So, and that's the thing, in your household, this is a good time to teach your little ones, or just to come together and remind each other as adults, you know, some of the people whose names don't get spoken as much because they did not die in vain. Their work was not without merit. So libation is always important. It's always important. And we always start with that. And we started with a little raggedy drumming. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you all for coming in. Another important thing about Kwanzaa is that it's something that we celebrate 365 days. It's something that the principles are throughout the year. It's not just one day, one time. We practicing unity, you know, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, creativity, purpose, faith. We're practicing that throughout the year. And any time that you waver, you can always go back to the first candle, which is unity. Anytime that you have, you know, an issue or whatever, just think like, how can I help? How can I help us to unify? Sometimes it's just an acknowledgement. Sometimes it's just an apology. Sometimes it's just an acceptance of what is and who is, you know. So that's one of the best things about unity here in Kwanzaa. I always celebrated Kwanzaa as a child. I'm thankful to my parents because Kwanzaa was our holiday. I never celebrated anything else, and it's a great way to teach your children not to be so caught up in capitalism. Even if you do give gifts, the gifts that you give in Kwanzaa are with purpose. They come from a Black-owned business or minority-owned business, or they're handmade gifts. So today is unity. What's something you could do with your family? Y'all can do a puzzle together. Y'all can cook a recipe together. Y'all can sit down and make a family book with all the names of everybody who you know in your family and tell different stories, bringing that unity together. It's not just unity in your family, it's unity in our communities. So you can support another culture, another Black-owned business. You can go to the Jamaican spot, you can go to the Haitian spot, you can go to the vegan spot. It's about support. That's also one of the other principles, cooperative economics, Ujamaa. So, but today, the foundation of it all is Umoja. And that's what we're here to celebrate. Unity, which is the black candle. So we always start with the black candle. And your candles on your Kinara should read red, black, and green. Red, black, and green. Okay? Just like the flag. Red, black, green. That's the order in which they should go, from left to right, if you're not sure. And that's also the order in which you light them. So tomorrow you will light the red candle and then the green, but you always start with black. Okay? So you start with your black candle, then you go to red. You start with your black candle, you go to red, then you go to green. Does that make sense? I know most of you guys on here celebrate Kwanzaa, and I'm not really here to educate. Unless you would like me to, you can put some questions in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. It wasn't my intention to make this a long live. And I did get thrown off by my little technical difficulties in the beginning. So I just thank you. I thank you guys for coming in. There's a lot of Kwanzaa festivals going on around the community. You can check with your local library, your cultural museums. I know the African American Research Library down in Broward has a lot of things going on, and in different cities where there's high populations of Black folks like DC, Atlanta, Maryland, There's plenty to do with Kwanzaa. Down here, it's a little, the further you go, Broward-Dade, yeah, they got it. Palm Beach, I thank all of you because this time last year, I was getting ready to present my Kwanzaa program in West Palm Beach. And I want to give honor to Cynthia A. Grace. Dr. Cynthia A. Grace, she transitioned earlier this year in February, but my Kwanzaa last year was held at the Lavender Lounge, which is her facility in West Palm Beach. And so it was really a nice program, and little did we know that beginning of February she was going to transition. So it was just, it's tough, Unity also requires us to remember our own mortality and that we don't have all this time. Nobody knows when their clock is ending, So spend the time with your family wisely. Put the phones down and do something together with each other. Play some games, learn about each other. Take the time to ask your parents. I mean, when you were in the 5th grade or 6th grade, if they can remember, let them tell you about it. The elders, sometimes they don't want to talk about some of the things that they went through, but it's a good time to try to hold space for them and create space for them to share so that you understand your own family legacy, whether it's a recipe or, the way you clean the house. We all got to get our laundry done and our house clean before the first of the year. So, Kwanzaa is also a ritual. And ritual is not a negative thing. It's just something that you do the same way every time from start to finish. Like a funeral. When you go to a funeral, it has a beginning, a middle, an end. You're going to come in, you're going to view the body, just like tying your shoes. Or when you get ready to work, how you shower, that's your personal ritual. You likely do it the same way almost every time. So ritual and doing things the same way, that's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. If you try to make grandmama's pie backwards, it ain't gonna be as good. You have to do it the way she did it, the order and the way she did it, the way she measured, all of those things. So, nowadays everybody's got the screen up, and I challenge you to challenge your people or whoever you're around to just put your phones down and unify. See what you guys can talk about. See what changes that you might need to make in your household, in your workspace, to help you to unify more. So that is my presentation on Umoja today. I have all of the things here. I have a lot of books. I just got this book here. Michael Harriot's book, Blackett's book, History, the Unwhitewashed Story of America, and of course, Assata Shakur. You can't see Assata Shakur's autobiography. It's a really good story, and it helps you to see, oftentimes people say, well, how did this happen? Or how did they let this happen or that happen when it comes to our history? And there's books, there's movies, there's documentaries, there's, diaries, personal accounts from back in those days. So I encourage you to get information. Don't rely on Chat GPT. Every piece of information has not been digitized in that way. So read, put your phone down, pick up a book and learn about your history, because we're repeating a lot of history right now in this country. We're repeating it. And a lot of it is because people don't care to talk about certain things, certain uncomfortable things. Like, people don't like to read. It's true. But reading is fundamental. So encourage your children to read. Let them see you reading if you have little ones, Anyway, I don't want to sit here and be on my soapbox. I'm going to go back through, make sure I didn't miss any, yes, fruits and vegetables. I left my corn is in the refrigerator. Normally, you would have corn on your Kwanzaa altar or your Kwanzaa setup to represent the children. And I went and bought corn today because I don't have like the hard corn, it's like corn on the cob, but it's hard. You usually can get it around like October, November, like harvest time. But that represents the children, represents the nieces and the nephews, any children that you have, your community children. You have your fruits on here to represent the harvest. You have your books to represent your knowledge. You have your bandera, your flag. And then you have your kinara. Let me see if I can take it off here so you can see everything. So you have your kinara, you have your mat, you have your unity cup, and of course you have the Mashuma Shaba, which are the candles. So, yeah. And we always start with our black candle. Can you see? We always start with our black candle. You have your books. There's a page on Instagram called Official Seven Symbols of Kwanzaa. They carry everything. Your kinara, they carry everything. So if you're not sure where to get things, it's 7symbolsofkwanzaa.com. Your local black bookstore usually has it. You can message me if it's something that you're serious about, and I can get your kinara for you. I've seen kinaras with the Haitian flag, with the Dominican flag. So if you want to have a kinara that speaks to you, they're available. They're out there. It's an investment, just like you would invest in a Christmas tree or ornaments or lights. But your kinara literally is going to last you a lifetime. You're just going to have to get more candles, which are not expensive. And if you pay attention to the time of year, you can get your black candle during Halloween. You can get your red and green candles during Christmas time, if you don't want to go through one of the Kwanzaa sites. So anything else? Kwanzaa means first fruits, so that's why we have fruits. Yes, Booker T. Washington. Ibaye. So yes, thank you guys for coming in. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I learned, definitely learned. Learned today. I had to go out of Instagram, close it, and come back into it, and then the live was there. But I couldn't have done it on Let It Flow page. I do have a Let It Flow t-shirt. If you go to the website, everything is on sale. It's going to be on sale through the 31st. My name Ayize means Let It Flow. So you can go to letitflowllc.com and check everything out. This t-shirt comes in all different colors, and there's several t-shirts on there, but this is the only one that will be available in 2026. The other ones will be discontinued. They'll become vintage if you got one of the other Queen Ayize shirts. But this one is called Power Up. You can get it on a hoodie. You can also get it on a mug. So thank you guys for coming in. Can I give you guys a list of recommended books? Sure. I can make a post. I mean, I highly recommend Assata Shakur's autobiography. I highly recommend Michael Harriot's book. I highly recommend Their Eyes Are Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. I highly recommend Malcolm X's autobiography. I highly recommend The Miseducation of the Negro. I think it's Carter G. Woodson's book. Who else? What's some other books? Those of you, I know it's a lot of readers on here. Drop some books in the comments. I will be saving this live to my page, and I'm going to delete my other little videos when I was like, you guys, I didn't know what to do. But I thank you, everybody who came in. Malidoma Somé has a couple great books. Malidoma Patrice Somé, The Healing... what is it? The Healing Wisdom of Africa. Healing Wisdom of Africa. And what's the other one? The Warmth of Other Suns. I think that's Ta-Nehisi Coates' book. There are several books. You know, just start somewhere, and it'll take you down a rabbit hole. If you go to your black bookstore, Pyramid Books, it's still a virtual bookstore. And you can always find some suggestions from Brother Akbar there. But I'll go through my books, and I'll make a post like with the spine and put, a list of them. Right now I'm rereading Assata Shakur's book. I also have Cicely Tyson's autobiography, which is good, and Grace Jones' autobiography. I have this book, The Exiles of Florida. Look at Spirit. It's really good teaching about the history of Florida, because Seminole is not one of the original Indian tribes, Native American tribes. Seminole means runaway. So those who are Seminoles were the runaways that came down to Florida from Georgia and North Carolina when Florida was Spanish owned. So part of why they were like trying to get Florida from the Spanish was because a lot of us were escaping to free Florida. St. Augustine has a fort. There's a lot of history on that. And this book, The Exiles of Florida, is actually in the Library of Congress. I'm looking at it over there. Let me show you the front of it. It's a really, really good book for you to help you understand. And like for me, I always was like, why do Florida people always say that they're Native American and they don't want to say they're African? The Exiles of Florida. But it helped me understand it a little bit more where some people, they get that from their family lineage. But now, when Kwanzaa first started, we didn't have DNA. Now you can get your DNA done. But I have this is actually a list of Black Seminoles, the Gullah and African connections, and it has the word in the African language, the word in Afro-Seminole Creole, and then the word in Gullah, and like it has references. Michael Harriot's book has 1 million references. This is like a textbook. It has references, footnotes, all kind of stuff in there. So it's very good, Just start somewhere. Any other questions? Thank y'all for joining. Happy Kwanzaa. Habari Gani. Habari Gani means what's the news, and your reply is Umoja or whatever the principle of the day. So tomorrow when people say Habari Gani, you will say Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. So I may come back and do this again. You guys let me know if you want me to do this again, or you want me to just wait till Imani, or if it was good. I just wanted to come and do something. There weren't many Kwanzaa programs up here by me, and I was going to do it. My mom encouraged me. So I posted, but I had no idea that I couldn't just go live from my page like how I used to. So if you guys want, I'll go live at 7 p.m. for the rest of the days of Kwanzaa. I see Jamila says yes, please. So if you guys come in, I'll do it through each principle. Okay, so it's going to be 7 p.m. Don't leave me hanging, but it's going to be here. My page is unprivate for now. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. And I will be saving this to the page. If you have any other questions, you can send me in the inbox, and I'll make sure I answer them tomorrow. Thank you guys for your support. Spirit, like, hey. Because that is plugged into a whole outlet. So anyway, thank you. Everybody have a good night. Happy Kwanzaa. Look, see, now I got to figure out how to turn it off.